Hello and welcome to this event, co-organized by Business Sweden and Smarter Electronic System, a strategic innovation program. This event will focus on the Swedish Semiconductor Ecosystem and the opportunities it provides for collaboration. During this session, you will have the opportunity to learn more about the European CHIPS Act from the Ministry of Climate and Enterprise, the Innovation Ecosystem from Vinnova, the Swedish Innovation Agency, and how it works in practice through a strategic innovation program, the Smarter Electronic Systems program, as well as the research environment in Sweden by RISE, the Research Institutes of Sweden. You will also get an overview of the semiconductor ecosystem by Business Sweden, the Swedish Trade and Invest Council, as well as see some examples of Swedish companies, how the innovation system supported them to develop solutions addressing global challenges. And our first guest is Magnus Rensholm from the Ministry of Climate and Enterprise. Welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us about your role and your work with the European CHIPS Act.
Well, I'm in charge of the Act at the Ministry of Climate and Enterprise, so I've led the discussion internally and also the discussions in the Council leading up to the Council position that now is the mandate that we use in the final parts of the negotiations.
Thank you. And would you like to tell us how will Sweden work during its presidency of the Council of the EU to implement the European CHIPS Act?
Well, as you say, we are presidents now. That means that we are representing the European member states. So right now we are in what's called the trilogue with the European Parliament and the Commission, where we try to negotiate the final outcome of this act. So we have our mandate, and then the European Parliament had its mandate, and we are now in very hectic negotiations trying to finalize this as soon as possible, hopefully by the end of this month.
Okay. Thank you, Magnus. And how can Sweden, and more specifically its semiconductor ecosystem, be involved in the European CHIPS Act?
I think there are great opportunities for Sweden in this act. There are different parts of the act, but what we call Pillar 1 is a lot about focusing on innovation and competence and helping startups. So there's a clear focus from the European Union on semiconductor innovation, semiconductor competence building and so forth. And I think here Sweden has a great opportunity because we have a lot of interesting companies and we have very strong educational system here that can use the outcome here to develop further and be part of the European ecosystem that's going to grow now.
Yeah, and maybe an additional question is like, how does the timeline look like after the negotiations?
Well, the negotiations will hopefully be concluded then at the end of this month, and then we will have to accept it both in the Parliament and in the Council, hopefully by May, and then start to be put in place, and the first calls for innovation calls will be perhaps in the beginning of the fall.
Thank you for coming, Magnus.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate that.
Thank you.
And our next guest is Jeanette Spüler, National Contact Person for International Collaboration at Vinnova, the Swedish Innovation Agency.
Hi, thank you for the introduction. In this session, I will shortly talk about the Swedish Innovation Ecosystem for Semiconductor at Vinnova. So Vinnova is Sweden's agency for innovation. We have the responsibility to strengthen Sweden's innovative capacity, and our mission is to enable innovation that makes a difference. Sweden is a country with excellent research and innovation. The European Commission has ranked us as number 1 on its innovation scoreboard. We hold second place in the World Talent Ranking, and Stockholm is second only to Silicon Valley in producing the most unicorns per capita. The world we are facing is now facing complex challenges. It is therefore not enough to simply create new products or services, but we also need innovation that changes our behaviors and habits. We believe that we need innovation at all stages to transform entire system, and we call this system innovation, in order to make the transition to a sustainable future possible. In 2022, Vinnova funded about 3,600 projects for a total amount of 3.7 billion Swedish crowns. At Vinnova, we are working with 8 areas where we're taking a unified approach to stimulate innovation in a broad sense. So we are addressing societal challenges in areas in industry, mobility, health, societies, and food. And there we are focusing on innovation capabilities as digital transformation, ecosystems for innovative companies, and future areas of innovation. And these permeate all societal challenges. Common to the areas are we mobilize actors from different parts of society towards a common objective. We are identified together important needs and found research and innovation that promotes development. Sustainability, gender equality, and international competitiveness are priority perspectives in all areas. We believe that sustainability is essential to create lasting global competitiveness and prosperity to our country. And digital transformation is definitely a key area for gearing up the work for a transition towards a sustainable world. So our projects cover topics in enabling technologies as 6G, quantum. We have projects in data and policy development. We look into capabilities and skills, as well as into robust and secure digital infrastructure. Both on national and international level, collaboration is key for system innovation. Cooperation projects listed on this slide are especially interesting for those working with electronic components and systems, so also for those working with semiconductors. On national level, showing on the top row, Vinnova is co-financing several innovation programs in domains which are strategically important for Sweden. We have strategical innovation programs covering areas as medtech, process industry, and graphene. You will hear more about the smarter electronic system in this session as well. Advanced digitalization is a new program. It started in 2021 by Vinnova, ABB, Ericsson, Saab, and Teknikföretagen, the Swedish Association for Engineering Industry, with the vision for a clear digital leadership. In order to globally be competitive, Vinnova is actively supporting both financially and strategically Swedish applicants to be successful in joining international research and innovation projects, as you can see in Eureka and Horizon on the bottom row. So we offer both bottom-up and top-down funding opportunities and trust the applicants to find the most suitable call for them. And please contact me if you have more questions, if you want to get more details. And I thank you for your interest in the Swedish innovation ecosystem for semiconductors.
Jeanette, thank you for your presentation. And now we're moving over to Anna Wibom from Smart Electronic System, a strategic innovation program. Anna will walk us through how we drive innovation through strategic innovation programs in Sweden. So, Anna, over to you.
Thank you for the introduction. Well, the purpose of this program is to increase competitiveness and growth in electronic industry in Sweden. As you might know, Sweden is a world-class industrial country, and one of the reasons that we are world-class is thanks to the industry for electronic systems. Electronic systems, they are part of more and more contexts, and they are an important share in products and production systems that exist and are developed in various industries. The vision for this program was stated when the program started, and it is that Swedish electronic systems should enable a world-class Swedish industry by 2025. And in order to accomplish this, we focus on 3 major challenges to further develop Swedish excellence within electronic systems and components, to increase, of course, cooperation and efficiency in the value chains, and also to secure the provision of skills. In order to accomplish this, the work takes place in broad collaboration between industry representatives, research institutes, and universities. So, then you might ask yourself, what is the funding in this project for? Well, of course, research and innovation projects. This year and the past years, the focus has been on embedded intelligence system within quite broad areas, since electronic systems and components are found in various areas. We have pointed out manufacturability, robustness, and energy efficiency. And it could be, for example, new products, services, and value-creating solutions that meet the needs and demands of end users or owners of needs. And research and innovation products should develop new knowledge or improve existing technology or products in the area of smarter electronic systems. We have in this program a yearly budget of around 45 million Swedish crowns. And in order to apply, you need to have at least 2 project participants and at least 1 from the private sector. And if you have so, then it's possible to apply for a maximum of 4 million Swedish crowns and a maximum of 50% of the project costs. Then you might ask, well, what have we achieved so far? Well, this program has in fact formed more than 600 project proposals, both within innovation studies and pre-studies. And we also have a handbook to facilitate the work within value chains, and soon also a new part of this handbook regarding cybersecurity for IoT products. We have also increased competence through conferences, seminars, and reports, and other kind of collaboration. And we also do work within internationalization and together with Business Sweden, for example. Then, why is this program important? Well, I would say it's mainly for 3 main issues. It is to show the importance of the electronic industry, to get more resources to increase research and education in this important area, and also to make Swedish companies an important part in international cooperations.
Now we will hear from one of our innovative companies.
Hello, my name is Claes Moreau and I'm the CEO of 0 Technologies. We provide a disruptive technology for saving energy and boosting performance in servers and smart devices. Did you know that data centers consume 2% of the electricity produced in 2021? And that this number is anticipated to grow 5-fold by 2030. One data center consumes around 900 gigawatt hours per year. Now, 900 gigawatt hours is the same amount of energy needed to power 50,000 households for 1 year. Now, this is a large number, and there are many different contributors, but one is of particular interest, and that is the memory. So 25% of the data center power consumption can be attributed to the memory. What if I told you that the data center could cut this energy in half? Our research at 0 Technologies shows that up to 70% of the memory contains unnecessary information, waste. And we have developed a technology that removes this waste and returns up to 50% more performance per watt. 0 technology is composed out of 3 components. It's ultra-fast compression, real-time compaction, and transparent memory management. And this technology is then introduced and integrated in semiconductors. This is, of course, very interesting, but what are the practical effects? Well, the practical effect is that you can cut both the OPEX and the CAPEX of a data center. A data center could increase energy efficiency by 25%, which means more performance per dollar spent on energy. A data center could also cut 15% of the server cost when they get significantly more memory capacity per dollar spent. Now, this technology is environmentally friendly and financially clever. But why stop there? What if I told you that our solution works in any high-performing computing application, and we have them all around us today? It's smartphones, computers, self-driving cars, robots, just to mention a few. Today, we at 0 target data centers and smart devices, and I'm happy to say that we have customers in both segments to which we are delivering solutions. ZeroPoint was founded in 2016 by researcher Professor Per Stenström and Dr. Angelos Arelakis at the Chalmers University of Technology. And I think the main enablers of ZeroPoints were that the core knowledge and technology grew within Chalmers, and together with the Chalmers Venture Incubator, a business idea was formed and founded. Secondly, I think the access to highly skilled engineers in the proximity to take the idea and make the first product prototype provided research, and that could be turned into commercial product. Now, thirdly, I think the investor landscape was really important as well. The venture arm of Chalmers were early on to invest in this venture. But on top of that, there have been both angel investors as well as venture capitalists supporting this journey and creating a company that could create customer value. Today, we are a diverse and highly skilled international team of 25 people with a mission to remove the waste and deliver energy-efficient computers in whatever shape or form. So let's stop the memory waste in computers, smart devices, and other embedded devices. ZeroPoint has developed a technology that removes waste and returns up to 50% more performance per watt. It's good for the environment and it's fantastic for the business. Thank you for listening.
And now we're welcoming Björn Sammel from RISE, the Research Institutes of Sweden. Björn will walk us through the semiconductor research and development environment and explain how RISE supports the transition from lab to market. Björn, over to you.
Thank you, Michael. It's a pleasure to have the opportunity to present to you today. RISE is an independent state-owned research institute, and as an innovation partner for every part of society, we help develop technologies, products, services, and processes that contribute to a more sustainable world and an increase in competitiveness in the business community. Most of the time, we do this in collaboration with and on behalf of companies, academia, and the public sector. So, some facts about us. We've had a net sales of 3.6 billion Swedish crowns in 2021, and in 2022, we achieved just about 4 billion Swedish crowns. We're approximately 3,000 colleagues, and our goal is to become climate neutral in 2025. We rank among the top 10 for young professionals, and we strive for equal gender balance. One cornerstone of our business is infrastructure, or test beds for demonstration and testing purposes. We're running more than 130 of them, both small and large. Here you can see the general offering across RISE. The main focus is on applied research services, and this is especially true for our department, Smart Hardware. Within this category, we're offering research partnerships or participation in research programs, contract research, foundry services within our test and demo sites, pilot production, and upscaling services. Further, access to experts, but also innovation management. For timing reasons, I will not dwell on the other offerings. We're spanning across the entire technology readiness scale, from low tier levels, where we collaborate with universities in, for example, publicly funded research projects. Furthermore, we can work with contract R&D and direct assignments under confidentiality agreement. We work with customers where we offer access to our senior experts, laboratories, and test beds, as in foundry services, or as leasing long-term lab space and directly working with us as an innovation partner during your upscaling journey. So, more about the department Smart Hardware. We work to meet industrial needs and societal challenges through innovative sensors and electronics in a transformative world. Our areas of expertise are materials, sensors and systems, and all its integration aspects. We work with sensors within fiber optics and photonics. Further, we're working with printed electronics and bio and organic electronics, as well as semiconductors and nanotechnology. All these areas of expertise heavily utilize cutting-edge test and demo facilities. And I'm very happy to see that some of our previous spin-offs will be presenting their business to you later on. both of them from the semiconductor space. If you want to know more about activities on a regular basis, please follow us on our LinkedIn channel, Sensors and Electronics at RISE. If you're interested in semiconductors and want to start a journey and realize your ideas, this could be something for you. We're offering access to both our Stockholm and Lund site for foundry services, specialized on tailoring your processing needs, even for smaller batch volumes. In Stockholm, in the Electrum Laboratory, you'll find access to complete processing lines for R&D and foundry services in a 1,300 square meter clean room filled with state-of-the-art tools for lithography, material growth, deposition, wet and dry etching, as well as critical characterization tools. In Lund, we can offer you access to a facility where you can establish your own pilot line or single-stage equipment in a 3,400 square meter facility with 900 square meter office space for rent. Permits for chemicals and processing gases are already in place, and we offer help in planning and implementing installations. In the heart of our own activities in Lund is a state-of-the-art MOVPE epitaxy tool for growth of gallium nitrides. Those materials find applications in power electronics, lighting applications like LEDs, or in sensor applications. Further, we grant access to characterization equipment. So thank you very much for your attention today. Don't hesitate to get in touch if you have further inquiries.
Thank you very much, Björn. Now we will see two examples of highly innovative companies.
Hi, my name is Ulrika Nordén and I'm the CEO and a co-founder of a company called IRnova. IRnova is situated in Kista outside Stockholm, and we are a spin-off from Acreo, the research institute, which is now part of RISE. We started IRnova 16 years ago, and we're doing infrared detectors. Our customers is typically into the surveillance or search and rescue business, or optical gas imaging, or space. They are doing the infrared cameras to see through smog, or to overview things, or to detect gas leaks, typically. IRnova is a spin-off from the research world in Sweden, and we had a good network and ecosystem all around. First, to be able to do this spin-off from a research institute was one. We had a good help from Acreo at the time. We were also involved with Stockholm Innovation and Growth, which helped us a lot, which is like this incubator for new startups in Sweden and specifically here in Stockholm. Also, another point is that we were doing our production in the clean room, and we had all this ecosystem already in Kista with Electrum Laboratory, where we still are situated. We have common areas, we're sharing equipment, but we have also the possibility to have our own clean room, and with that our own equipment and our own investment. So that has been really a strong situation for us to be able to start in this environment. Early in the days when we started the company, we had only one customer situated in Sweden. So we had actually helped them from Business Sweden to try to explore new markets like India and China, and where we have never been before. So the ecosystem for us has been really, really strong with Acreo, with KTH, the Electrum Laboratory, with Stockholm Innovation and Growth, Business Sweden. And on top of this, we have also had a lot of projects which have been funded by Vinnova, Swedish Space Agency, European Space Agency, and EU funding. So a lot of different help we had over the years. Our first technology, the QUIP technology, was started as a military program in Sweden and was set into production like 25 years ago. This is still produced in volumes, and we can even see an increase lately. We took this decision in Sweden to have the full supply chain around the infrared detectors within the country and not be dependent on other countries. Alongside with us, it was also produced in France and US at the same time. Today we are for sure the leader of the QUIP production. But like 15 years ago, we also took the bet on the coming new future for infrared sensors when we started the development for the Type 2 super lattice technology, which we can foresee now is the future. We are the only one in Europe producing the Type 2 super lattice sensors, and we have volume production studies since like 7-8 years back. This is enabling our customers to do more compact and and smaller system basically, because we're halving the power, the size, the weight with this new sensor, and it's opened up many new markets, new applications, and we're also entering into new space applications. This is also putting Sweden on the map for leading the infrared future technology for infrared sensors in Europe.
My name is Björn Magnusson. I work at ST Microelectronics Silicon Carbide AB. I just came from our furnace area that is behind me here at our factory in Norrköping. We have worked on making silicon carbide crystals and substrates for more than 20 years. First inside Linköping University, and then from 2005 as Norstel, and then since 2019 inside ST Microelectronics. Our task is to make R&D and develop a next generation of silicon carbide crystals and substrate. We run a pilot line and make 200mm crystals and substrates. Besides the R&D, we also deliver substrates for power electronics to be used in automotive applications. We send our substrates to other ST Microelectronics fabs, which make the power electronics. As for all electronics, we need to drive yield and productivity up and cost down. And this is also our task here in Norrköping. As soon as we have developed a better substrate, we start all over again, making it even better. Looking back 20 to 25 years, we had a big R&D program called SciCep on silicon carbide here in Sweden. It was supported by the Swedish Strategic Foundation. This was a very important project, not only for us working with materials in Linköping University. It was also a large activity to make power devices at KTH in Stockholm. In the end of the program, we had built world-leading know-how in materials. And people with know-how is what is needed to make innovation. When Norstel was founded in 2005, we also got support from the Swedish Energy Agency and Vinnova to further develop the process. And over the years, we've been part of several European projects with national funding contribution. Today, we have 2 active EU projects and we have 1 more starting towards the summer. Right now, we are in the transition to electrify the society. One of the building stones in this transition is efficient power electronics. To make these devices, high-quality silicon carbide is needed. Silicon carbide is today the most suitable material for efficient power electronics. All of us will soon have an electric car, use chargers, trains, solar panels, and many, many more applications, which will have silicon carbide power electronics and inverters inside. This is the goal of ST Microelectronics here in Norrköping, to contribute to this development and to realize this future.
Now about the Swedish semiconductor ecosystem. In one sentence, diverse, innovative, with high potential. Specifically, the core industry consists of high-tech companies focused on different parts of the value chain, many of these being leading companies in their segment and having great growth potential. Sweden has also strong end-user industries with leading companies in automotive, ICT, industrial technologies and life science, with many of them having in-house semiconductor competencies, mainly on IC design. Another characteristic is the strong front-end manufacturing capabilities and competencies within compound semiconductor materials, for example gallium nitride and silicon carbide, that can be further developed. All these are supported by a world-class R&D and testbed environment with regional clusters that conduct research at the highest level. Regarding the strengths, we have identified 3 areas. Sweden has the potential to become a key actor in wide bandgap semiconductor technologies as the demand for more effective power electronics grows. Sweden has also long legacy and strong competence base in chip design that makes the country well positioned to become a leading actor in Europe. And lastly, Sweden offers a large end-user market consisting of leading companies with high demand for semiconductors. Now, more specifically, on Wideband semiconductor technologies, EU policies are driving electrification and increase the demand for energy efficiency and power semiconductor technology. Wideband gap semiconductors are key to improving energy efficiency. Our ecosystem has strong focus on wideband gap semiconductor technologies on different levels, from R&D, highly innovative SMEs, to large corporations. Chip design is another very promising area. Developing IC design capabilities is crucial for EU's ability to produce cutting-edge chips. IC design is the part of the value chain with the largest value add and high revenue potential. Sweden has strong foundation in IC design, paired with competence and commitment to develop it further. The semiconductor investments globally are at an all-time high across the value chain. Europe is not an exception, with over 500 billion euros announced investment so far. There is substantial demand for a variety of solutions, from robotics to materials. Sweden is also home to several of the world's leading solution providers, leading the way in the green industrial transition, which is highly relevant to the semiconductor industry. If I try to summarize our value proposition, I would then say that we provide access to a highly innovative ecosystem connected to end-user industries, and we have an appetite for co-creation. Specifically, Sweden is the leading trade nation in the Nordics and a gateway to European key markets. Sweden has unique collaborative R&D environment between academia and industry that fosters world-class competence and commercial applications. And Sweden's semiconductor clusters work close with European counterparts on both R&D and business level. And of course, all these are paired with green, affordable energy, strong talent pipeline and high productivity, as well as a stable business climate. And now we have reached the end of this session. And of course, as one takeaway is that the Swedish semiconductor ecosystem is highly innovative and open for collaboration. So the question is, how can we work together? And there are a number of areas. To start with, joint research and development with Swedish partners, utilizing open test beds, establishing presence in the market and gain access to the Swedish ecosystem, and of course, scaling up own technology. So once again, thank you very much for being with us today.